Superintendent's Corner. I'm Dr. David Clendening, and today we are at Northwood Elementary visiting Mrs. Korreck, who is the new principal here at the Owl's Nest and helping lead the charge. So we're going to learn more about what's happening at school. So welcome to Franklin Schools.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
So as we get ready to think about where we're going for the future, tell everybody kind of about your past. Where you've been, what you've been doing.
So for the past 16 years, I've been a principal in Perry Township, 6 years at Mary Bryan Elementary, and the last 10 at Clinton Young Elementary. Prior to that, I was a teacher for 10 years in Center Grove.
Outstanding. So you've had a lot of experiences with a lot of different, both students and parents.
Right.
What's your first impression coming in here to Franklin?
Well, it's really exactly what I was looking for, when I decided to make that change. People talk about a school being a family, they talk about community being involved, but wow, I have really seen that here. It is just kind of an all-in, all hands on deck. Everybody just pitches in, parents, community members, everybody. I mean, I'm just constantly meeting new people from the community that are always asking, what can I do, what can I do, what do you need? It's really the community feel that I thought it would be.
That's great. And I would agree. I think everybody in Franklin has that sense of esprit de corps. We're all in this together in family. You know, Northwood's been known for its culture for many years about how they interact with families and how the teachers get along with what they're doing. Guiding principles kind of dictate both this conversation and our show, but also what you're doing. So when you look at individual student growth, what are some things that you're hoping to attain both this year and in the future?
I think with individual student growth, just really watching the expected trends that we should be seeing. And what I mean by that is whatever measure you're looking at, whether it's NWEA or TRC reading levels, to really look at what does the research say about how much a student should grow, and are we getting that growth? So no matter where they're starting, are they accomplishing those advancements in the time that they should? We're really taking a look at everything, to be honest. There are a lot of interventions that we do. Our mantra this year that I've really talked with the staff about is, how do we know? How do we know something is working? And if it's not, if we're really not seeing the results, we really have to question that and look for other alternatives. So we're really kind of looking at it across the board.
You know, that's a great thing coming into a new building. You get a chance to kind of look with fresh eyes, what's happening, what's going on. When you think about like communication and that fresh perspective, what are some ways that you reach out both to the students and the community?
So social media is a big thing. That's really a big growth area for me too. You know, making sure that our social media sites are updated and I'll tell you that is something that I'm still working on as well. And using the voicemails and newsletters and things like that. It's a lot to keep up with, but I mean, that's my growth area, and that's something that we can only get better. Our PTO has been great to communicate things out on their website and among that community, if you will. So really just any way we can get the word out and get the events publicized.
We are looking at mental health in our district. You know, we were fortunate to pass a referendum, and coming to your school is a pretty new program, actually brand new, that we're going to be looking at. Talk a little bit about what you guys are doing for mental health, both here at school, to help kids make sure their learning environment is the richest and best for them.
Right. One thing I noticed coming in is teachers here really have a lot of awareness about the needs of our kids, and whether you call it trauma-informed, mental health, emotional needs. I mean, all of that, just what are our kids coming to school with, what are they dealing with, what stresses are impacting their learning. They really have a good awareness, and we're really wanting to move that forward to say, okay, now what? What can I do? What's in our toolbox? So we've really started looking at that. I've led a couple of professional development meetings already for the teachers to say, it's kind of that if a student does this, here are some things you can say, and here are some things you can do. again, just building that toolbox. We also have our AMPS teachers, our PE, music, art, and STEM teachers. They have little pockets during the day that they might not have a class. So we have worked to assign them some kids that they can mentor or maybe just check in on. Sometimes it's just as easy as a child knowing that somebody is looking, somebody cares about what's going on. And that's been really exciting too, because that was their idea. That was what they came with. But now we've put some structure to it and looking at, again, how do we know that that's working? We want to see some results with the kids that they're mentoring. And as you know, we have a big program coming up where we'll have a therapy dog. So I know we're still months out from getting that, but that's really exciting too, to think about how that animal can help really regulate some kids that need that, be a friend to some kids who need that, the responsibilities that some of our kids can have, earning the right to help take care of the dog. I mean, I think really the possibilities are vast, and we have started talking about that just a little bit with the teachers. What are some ideas, what are some things that we can do? So there's a lot of excitement about that.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting program, and really what's going on here, you guys are doing so much to make sure that kid moves forward and can have successful transition to CBIS and beyond. Well, we're glad that you're with us and leading this building. Your expertise both at the state level and at Perry really helps us move forward. So if a parent really wants to get involved, or a community member says, hey, I'd love to come and do something at Northwood, how do they connect with you or the school?
I think it's just as simple as coming in or giving me a call or sending an email. That really will start the ball rolling. We actually have our first PTO general meeting tonight. And before that, we have our field trip meeting with the parents to talk about chaperoning field trips. So that's certainly a great way to get involved. But we've talked about some different things that we can do. One idea that came from a PTO executive meeting just recently was building a bank of expertise. So for instance, let's say a community member is an electrician, and they would be willing to come in and talk to kids and share about their career or just about the concept of electricity. So their child, let's say, is in 3rd grade, but 3rd grade's not talking about electricity, 4th grade is. A 4th grade teacher can go to this database, even if it's just a binder of information, and see that, there's, Mr. So-and-so who's an electrician. I'm going to reach out, call him, and see if he'd be willing to come into my class and talk about that. So that's an idea that we've talked about recently, and hope to get that off the ground too, so that it's not just reaching out to parents of the students that you have in your classroom, but any parent, any community member that might be willing, and it would provide a valuable experience for our kids. So
that's a great idea to bring both community in and also to have that PTO kind of help drive that.
Right.
So if you'd like to learn more about Northwood, or you'd like to learn more about how you can help kids grow to reach their fullest potential, reach out to Mrs. Korreck. It's been a pleasure being here at Northwood for Superintendent's Corner. Thank you for watching.